please keep listening to us. It's going to be real. It's going to be realistic. It's going to be great. Of course, Washington Mbago, I see you. Ali Khan, I see you. Toto Suba, I can see you. Nicholas Kipps, Boniface Gitanga, Pamela Mugoi, Heathers from Tavera or Taita. Then there's Kip Koech Ngeno, and there's John Wanjao, Moestuma Jr., Charles Ole Mungaere, Mohammed Esbeb, and John Mongemi, Jared Kagaka, Abebu Oyugi, and Rosa Joseph. Thank you for tuning in Spice FM. Spice Drive is your show where we unpack for you the most interesting things, great music and good vibes. Of course, I can see Magaka Abebo, you are saying, kutoka Kisii pamoja na Bogonta pamoja vile with my wife Judy. Asante sana. Jared Kagaka Abeba Oyugi. And then I can see... on the other side, I can see Levi Moja. You are saying live from Busia. Welcome, Levi Moja. Then there's Ian David, Ndanyo, Baba Sumta, Lawrence Odhiambo, I see you. Dominic Okubasu, Kylian Omar, Ken Rayvani, Cosmas Barusei, Pastor Elizabeth, I see you. Evans Makosewe, Kaze, Manuke E, Victor Dawa, Coaches Agode, Roberto Di Niro. Thank you very much for tuning in Spice FM. Of course, it's a show which brings to you what you want to hear, wherever you are, whenever you are. Of course, I wanted also to look at what's happening on our roads, but I think I'll come to that later. Remember, it's a rainy season in many parts of the country. Please check very well. Do not drive into the flooding rivers so that you might be swept away, because there are seasonal rivers which just come over. And in the city of Nairobi, please take care of yourselves, because when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you today that I'm going to have a conversation with that brother from Nigeria, Victor, and he's in the studio. We were defining what's financial freedom a few minutes ago, and now we want to get into the gist of the matter and have a proper discussion, and he's going to tell us about his journey. Remember, he told us a few minutes ago that he checked himself out of Dubai and refused to come to Kenya, but here he is. He's coming as part of the ministry, but he's saying that he's going to make you understand what finances mean. Victor, let's kick off our discussion today. Yes, let's let's kick off our discussion today. Now, and I love your mantra. You said financial freedom is not a dream, it's a science. And we have a definition, and we even attached on Aliko Dangote and any poor. And you say that Christianity is not, riches is not for Christians, it's for everybody. Blessings is for everybody. Yeah. So what do you mean when you say that you want to give people to understand what financial freedom is all about? Okay.
So I'm going to start the conversation from the point when I came into Nairobi, and I started telling a few of my friends I already had in Nairobi that I'm coming to Nairobi to stay. Yes. I told them, because I'm here for missions, I'm going to be here maybe the next 10 years, the next 20 years, I don't know, but I'm here for missions, but that I have a precise mission. My mission for Africa, not just Nairobi, but I'm going to take it as my new base. So we'll be visiting my own country, you know, because how do I put this? It's easy for me to have a crusade of other countries come here than to where I'm coming from. Yeah. For a lot of reasons, which are best known to business people like us, you know. Now, wealth, as the word sounds, it's so bogus that people have made it feel like you shouldn't even mention that if you're not from a rich home. You know, and the word wealth has nothing to do with money. Wealth on its own has nothing to do with cash, has nothing to do with your company, and it doesn't have anything to do with economics. Wealth
Adam Smith wrote a book known as The Wealth of Nations, which is a dictum.
Good.
And if you read Adam Smith,
no, I've not.
Economist,
I've not.
He says in his book, The Wealth of Nations, is a very interesting topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I might check it out.
Yeah.
But if you follow wealth from the dimension I have seen it, you discover that's why you say it is God who gives the power to make wealth. It's not something from man to man.
Yes, it's not innate. It's
good. Wealth is a God statement, is on the God dimension. As a matter of fact, I say you can be wealthy and be rich. Rich is now flow in the dimension of cash and measurable goods. But you can be rich and not be wealthy.
Of course, yes.
You see now. Now, the reason I say this is because you cannot be wealthy if you're not wealthy already. Or rather, you cannot be rich if you're not wealthy already. So it's easy to walk out of these doors and see a lot of people who are supposed to be rich, but they have not assumed their wealthy position.
Yes.
And because that wealthy position does not exist, they struggle with money. So, and I tell them, everybody can make money. Because the person who is listening right now, who is probably in the market, how are you in the market? It's because you got some money. So what's the difference between you and the richest man in Kenya? This man knows something about wealth. You only know about the money.
Yes.
So every time your pursuit for wealth is based on your acquisition of cash, you're not going to go anywhere. You're stuck for life.
You'll just be fighting between poverty and richness.
Yes, you'll be doing what we call poverty elevation. The word poverty elevation means to manage poverty. It's not the same thing with poverty eradication. You know? So now, wealth is integrity. Wealth is knowledge. Wealth is commitment. Wealth is gratitude. Wealth is purpose. Did you hear cash anywhere there?
Zero cash.
Zero cash. Because I know a lot of people, if you've traveled as much as I've traveled for business, I've seen people that cash comes easy to them. They can, in fact, they've accessed more cash than I've ever accessed, but I have a better life than they do.
Because they blow it immediately.
Yeah, because it's not even about blowing it. It was all about the money. So it's garbage in, garbage out. The way you got the money is the way you lose the money.
Yes.
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
So they're not in for the long term. They can do anything to make money. If it means even throwing their own brothers under, they would do it as long as the money will come. Unknowing to them, the money works with a routine. It never stays if it does not have a root. But see, it will sustain you enough till you realize or not realize what wealth is. But it will never come in such a way, because, tell me, if you don't have the values that care for other people, I've met a lot of people that have cash. They are so poor that all they have is cash, and they don't care about people.
Zero value.
See them on Instagram. They will tell you, when you're doing business, be ruthless. I'll just be watching. What do you mean? Be ruthless to who?
To yourself.
Yeah. Because first of all, the word money means man. No man, no money. The stock market would die before we wake up if supply and demand ceases this moment. And who is causing the supply and demand?
People.
Human beings.
Yeah, people.
So no people, no money. Now you're valuing paper above the real value that guides people. And the real thing that guides people is the wealth. Maybe I can relate to the wealth of nations now. So the wealth of nations is not the mineral resources, it's the people.
It's the people, yes.
And for you to relate with the people, values, integrity, sincerity, commitment. Follow your, for instance, now, I'm in my late 30s, and for the first time, I am accepting my assignment. Because all these I've been telling God, God, I beg you, give me this year, let me make this amount, and we see it in my account, then I will go. He won't answer me. He just you just keep procrastinating.
Yes.
So you will get to your 50s and discover that you never lived.
Of course.
Because you were just chasing something that should come to you normally. Money is not what we chase. It's so fragile that the government of Kenya can wake up in the morning and change the design of the Kenyan shillings, and all the ones in your room become useless.
Yeah, and the paper.
Yes, it's just paper.
It's paper.
You know, and so now, if you want to be wealthy, you need to defocus your attention from your obsession for money. Drop that obsession. Because of the obsession, that's why people don't understand that money is an after effect of fulfilling destiny. You're in radio right now. I listened to you just a few minutes. I was about to tell you, the way you talk, you could take depression away from a lot of homes. And that's your call. You will be doing so badly if you were doing something else. But someone could just listen to you. In fact, there's somebody somewhere waiting for you to come on air.
Yes, many.
Not because you're saying anything that's going to put money in their pocket, because your voice solves the problem. The anxiety disappears when you begin to speak. Question: are you struggling with money doing your calling? The answer should be absolutely no, because on the capital equation, I think you're receiving capital.
Yes.
You might not be wealthy, because what attracts money does not have the capacity to multiply money.
Yes.
What multiplies money is the knowledge of how money works.
Yes.
And this is something you must be intentional about. If not, at the end of your job, you will discover that, yes, you made a lot of money, but you never sent money on an errand.
Yes. You didn't send it. You didn't.
They make money from you. You understand? Yeah. Am I saying don't save? No. If you're getting it in trickles, you keep it together before it can grow.
Yeah.
So now, wealth is in the God equation. If you understand how wealth works by defining how wealth comes, making money becomes easy. So this is it. It only takes a rich person to become rich. It only takes a wealthy person to become wealthy.
Yes.
So who is a rich person? The person who have the knowledge of how money and economics work in the nations. Now, who is a wealthy person? The person who understands that wealth is the map that attracts the riches that he's looking for. And for you to understand wealth, then you need to understand personality. So let me ask you, CEO, are you a woman?
Nope.
What are you?
A gentleman.
A gentleman.
Yes.
Do you have to do anything to be a man than to accept your creation?
No, nothing, man.
Good. So questions now, if you're listening to me right now, are you poor?
Some might be.
Now the question, the reality is there is no money in your bank account, but you're not poor. Nobody was born poor. Every child that was ever born into this world was born neutral, with the potential to be poor or rich. You follow this right now?
Yes.
And that's why if you swap your baby to a home that is rich, that have rich values, that neutral child adapts to that reality of riches. So nobody was born poor. Everybody was born rich. What made you poor or rich was your environmental conditioning.
So it's matters of geography.
It's a matter of geography and the people who get your ear time. EAR. You see it now? You see now?
Yes.
That's why no matter how much the president of Kenya creates opportunity to make you wealthy or rich, as long as you're in the same neighborhood of thoughts of the person you've always been, it will not favor you.
Yes.
It can never favor you.
Zero favor.
So the first thing is, let's come to the reality, because wealth generally, in fact, everything in this world is energy. I'm using science words now, but everything in this world is spiritual from the Christian perspective.
But in the scientific world is energy.
It's called energy.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the ignorance here is that you feel the energy, but you don't work to manifest the energy. You work against the energy. Oh, somebody told me that I'll be rich in life. Somebody told me that when I grow up in this life, I will be doing very, very well. You're not doing badly, only that you're working on a 9 to 5 that has no trajectory to where your wealth exists. And not just a 9 to 4. When I say white, because a lot of people are working in jobs for just the job. They don't like the job.
Of course.
The moment you're in a 9 to 5 that you don't like, you are better not be there.
Just leave it.
Just leave it. this guy doing?
He's
He's manifesting the wealth he saw. So first, everybody comes in neutral. It means we all need capital. So right now you're on this job. This is your capital zone. But the real wealth is the fulfillment you're bringing to homes.
Yes.
Are you saying it right now? You sleep well at night.
Of course.
So now for you to grow the money that comes from this, your wealth, you need to study how riches work. But if you just say, don't worry, I'm just going to sit, because this is how a lot of people approach it. Don't worry, if God wants me to be rich, wealthy, rich, I will be rich. So excuse me, I know you're the number one presenter in Kenya. Yeah, I know that your salary is less than $100,000 Kenyan shillings every month. And that is a good money to become an investor. And you sit here, you know you have less than 20 years on this radio.
Yes.
You've done 10. And you're sitting here and saying, don't worry. Are you expecting that while you're on air, the governor will call you and allocate money to you?
Zero.
What exactly are you thinking? But every day you give us the news on the stock market. You give us the news on the rich guys.
Yes.
So you don't think you should take out some money from this, your riches, and pay some of those guys and say, please, can you teach me how you guys multiply this money? So rather, because they're waiting on chance, they always fall into the trap of quick money. Ponzi scheme. Somebody just call, because if you don't learn, how will you know you're doing the wrong thing?
Zero.
Because if somebody call you and say, oh, I'm going to pay you 20% in a month. Hello. If you have sat down in a wealth academy or in a seminar and understood how finance work, you wouldn't have fallen to that. The reason you fell to that is because you're ignorant of how riches work. You're wealthy. But now in the manifestation level, you're not doing anything. If you check the ministry of Jesus, he started with education. Jesus did not just show up and start preaching.
He went to
the synagogue.
Yes, he went to school.
Even though he was the anointed one.
Yes.
He had to learn the language of that geography on how to communicate. So this irony of every time you gather the money from the influence of your wealth, because the reason you are still feeding right now is because you're wealthy. The reason you're still getting money to feed your family is because you're wealthy. You're the one who doesn't know that you're wealthy. So the first thing you need to do is accept first. Are you a man? Yes, you're a man. Do you have to do anything to be a man? No. You're a man because you're created a man. Are you a woman? Yes, you're a woman. So question, are you poor? So what's your answer? No, you're not poor. Because the moment you assume the word that I am poor, you first of all, you block your brain to do the things that you need to do to be rich. Because first of all, you've accepted I am suffering. Yeah. Because anything you say, the universe just responds. It's just going to move you in the direction of suffering. You will keep suffering. If helping you becomes dangerous. Because anything that goes into you waste.
It becomes dangerous to yourself. So, Victor, I think you've really captured it very well. The science of making money, the difference between riches and poverty and wealth. I want us to have a short break. We'll come back in the second part and continue with our conversation.
No problem.
Because there are many people out there who would like to get into understand. And our listeners who are there, please listen. We are discussing things on financial matters, how to make yourself a better life and how to become rich and wealthy. And remember, we've said that, Victor is saying that you are wealthy. It's you to decide.
Yes, unless your definition is right, you always get the wrong result.
Yeah. So now we are going to usher in my super DJ. But before I usher in my super DJ, there are a couple of quick business things I need to talk about, of course. If you're traveling along the Magadi Road, there's a new Naivas in town. For your shopping, please make a way and get to Naivas, and you'll find all the things you need along Magadi Road. Naivas, a new store, beautiful things inside, and makes shopping easier for you. So clearly, you're allowed to go. Whenever you shop, think Naivas along Magadi Road. It's new, it's big, it's better equipped for all your shopping needs. Naivas does it for you. Remember that it is a place to be along Magadi Road. And now, quickly, I want to go to what's happening on our roads. You know that today is that one of the days you find yourself driving and you don't know what's happening, and I want to see how your traffic looks like in a minute. The roads of Nairobi. And of course, when you have the discussion, yeah. Let me check my cameras just now. So if you're traveling in Nairobi and around the city center, of course, let me just give you a quick update. Nairobi roads do not look good at all. Ngong Road, there's a bit of traffic from Kenyatta National Hospital, but when you move up towards Southern Bypass, it's very clear. If you're traveling around Upper Hill, there's a bit of traffic, and T-Mall Junction from Nairobi West Hospital, there's a bit of junction. Uhuru Gardens, between the tamarind tree and there's a bit of junction, the traffic building up. Jogoo Road is clear, but off the Landis Road, there's some bit of traffic there, but on Buruburu Road, that's very clear all the way. And let me look at Mombasa Road, past Cabanas, there's a bit of traffic outbound towards Grand Isle Hotel. Let me take a look at the Thika Super Highway from Garden City is jam-packed all the way to Playworks and towards Githurai. If you're traveling to Thika Superhighway, just know that the road doesn't look good at all. Let me check. Ring Road, around Kileleshwa, there's a bit of traffic there. In Gatanga Road, Lavington, there's a bit of traffic. Of course, around Kuna, there's a bit of traffic. But ABC Place, it's clear all the way to Nairobi, to Westlands. Around Pisha and Parklands Road, there's traffic, and Limuru Road around City Park Estate. So that's how our roads look like. We drive and avoid incidents and accidents around the road. I hope you have a safe journey. Please fasten your seatbelts as you travel in the city, and let us know if you have any incident or accidents.